Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Direct Sports Daily. I'm your host, George Bennett, and today we're going to be talking about the big trade that just went down in the NBA. I've been trying not to do NBA. In fact, I had like 4 straight NFL shows lined up that I already had recorded, and I was about to sit down, edit them, upload them, and everything. But then, big, huge news. Paul George on the move, headed to Oklahoma City to play alongside the MVP Russell Westbrook. This is so shocking to me. I think if you're the Pacers, this was a great deal for you. You ended up getting Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis, a guy who played as a rookie a little bit last year, but I think he's mostly a throw-in piece in his deal. Basically, it was almost Paul George straight up for Victor Oladipo, but when you consider Paul George's contract was expiring and he had no intentions, this is probably the best deal you could have gotten. Victor Oladipo is at least a potential all-star like in the league, so good deal, I think, for the Patriots. And for the Thunder, I'm not sure what to make of this. I don't think this puts you over the top to compete with the Golden State. I don't think it puts you above a team like even the Rockets after the deal they just made to acquire Chris Paul. So I'm not sure what to make of this. You definitely have 2 guys who can go out, get their own shot, create offense. Like, the offense can go through them. I don't know how the dynamic between Russell Westbrook and Paul George is going to play out, because Russell Westbrook there were some on the court chemistry issues between him and Kevin Durant at times, and I only see that being amplified playing with a Paul George, a guy who doesn't necessarily have the same talent of a Kevin Durant to back up some of the things that Durant did, or and Russell Westbrook, like, making that whole dynamic. I just don't know what to think about those 2 playing together. Obviously, it improves your team, and it's but it doesn't make you a contender for a title. This information is like fresh in my head. Like, you're getting my very initial reactions to it, and I'm not a huge fan of it from OKC's standpoint. Other things that came out that I also want to get to. That's why I decided to make this an entire show. Apparently, Ricky Rubio is being traded from the Timberwolves to the Jazz. No surprise there, and it's also come out that Jeff Teague is probably going to sign with the Timberwolves. I think they can begin agreeing to terms as early as tomorrow, July 1st, or today, or depending on when you're watching this. So, Blake Griffin re-signing with the Clippers. Not really sure what he's doing other than trying to just get a huge payday. That's the only reason I could really see him re-upping with the Clippers, because they can pay him the most money. There's a lot of talk that a lot of guys in the Clippers locker room were sort of upset, and there's rumors swirling about Doc Rivers showing favoritism to Austin Rivers. I don't know how much I buy it, and a lot of people are saying that's the real reason Chris Paul wanted out of LA, but it seems to me like if Chris Paul was that upset with Doc Rivers, he could have just opted out of his contract and left for nothing. Instead, he did sort of this sign and trade sort of thing, allowing the Clippers to get something back for him. So I don't necessarily buy into those rumors. The Clippers are definitely not a team that can compete with the Warriors, and the Warriors get brought up in every one of these discussions because of how dominant they are and their super team status. It makes you question why anybody's doing anything. This Jeff Teague deal to the Timberwolves probably have positioned themselves as the best team to topple the Warriors super team. And even they, I don't think, have the pieces together to do such a thing. So the Clippers, I don't know what you're doing re-signing Blake Griffin to, I think the numbers were like 137 million, somewhere in that neighborhood, for the next 5 years. A guy who can't stay healthy. You haven't been able to break through even the second round of the playoffs with him, so don't know what he really provides you. Maybe if you're able to assemble this super team that's been rumored about involving LeBron James next season in LA, but from all accounts I've been hearing, LeBron wants to go to the Lakers over the Clippers. Everything's crazy in the NBA right now, and free agency doesn't even begin until midnight. So we're still, as I'm recording this, 2 hours out from any actual things happening, and I may need to just come in front of this mic and camera and record again in like 5 minutes because something might break. But if that happens, I'll just insert that right here. So either I just stop talking for 1 second there, or I just inserted a clip. So we'll see. Yeah, Paul George and Russell Westbrook forming a dynamic duo in an era of super teams. In an era where big threes aren't enough anymore to win championships, you need at least 4 guys. I mean, obviously you got some decent role players like Roberson and Steven Adams and Enes Kanter, but that Oklahoma City team, it doesn't seem good enough. And unless you can get Russell Westbrook signed to an extension, it's like, why is he going to stay there? And when Paul George can just leave next summer, it's like, why is Russell Westbrook going to stick around? I don't know. It seemed like they're sort of in win now mode, but they need at least one other piece. And I wonder if they made this deal thinking that they could get Blake Griffin. So maybe this whole thing ties in together. Blake Griffin, obviously from Oklahoma, went to Oklahoma for college, and he's an Oklahoma guy. And maybe they thought they had some relative confidence they could go out and get him. But if Blake Griffin is in fact re-signing with the Clippers, I don't see this move to get Paul George paying off. If you're Blake Griffin, you might want to just reconsider things altogether, because you could possibly form a super team in your hometown. So you could be able to go home just like LeBron did and bring a title to Oklahoma. And what better way to do it than by knocking off the super team in Golden State? But unless they can get, maybe bring back Serge Ibaka, I don't know. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching and listening. This has been Direct Sports Daily. I've been George Bennett, and I'll see you next time.